and this here may be tough to you. Snack cake to me, yeah, more hostess. This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feta, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
What's good, it's Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joking. I'm back out again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit. Backup quarterback Taylor Heinicke just signed a one-year deal with the team. Him being signed is an important distinction because he was not tendered as a restricted free agent, meaning that other teams can't bid on him. And this was a really good decision because I think that both Taylor Heinicke and Kyle Allen both had great seasons last year. Both came in and did pretty well in their opportunities. Taylor Heinicke's stats won't jump out at you. I mean, 35 for 57, 320 yards, 61 completion percentage, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. It looks horrible. It looks bad. Taylor Heinicke has that gunslinger mentality, and he's more willing to throw passes into tight windows. He's willing to get a little bit risky sometimes, and I like that. All he has to do is tone it down just a little bit, but he looked poised, he looked in control when he was in the game, and he looked really good, so I'm not really all that mad about that. But even with Taylor Heinicke being back this year, and the team still having Kyle Allen, that does not mean the team will not go after a quarterback in the draft. Maybe in the later rounds, maybe round 5, maybe round 6. I hope not round 4. But the team wants to find a long-term backup, and signing these guys to more 1-year or 2-year deals here is going to get expensive. If we find a rookie, we can put him on a 3 or 4 year deal, and we have him for cheap for a longer going forward. Let's be real, you're not very likely to find great talent in the 4th and 5th round, the 6th round, but there have been guys who have come out of the 4th, 5th, 6th round who've been really good. If I remember correctly, I think Taylor Heinicke was actually undrafted. Was Kyle Allen undrafted? I don't remember exactly what his situation was, but you can find guys in the late rounds of the draft who can be groomed, and after a few years, you can find out exactly what you have on the team. Especially with Cam, he only has 2 more years in his deal. He has this year and next year. We have to find out just how healthy he is, just how well he can throw the ball still, because there may come a time in the next couple years where the team has to decide, are we going to pay Cam the big bucks that these quarterbacks are getting paid? We're seeing safeties now getting what quarterbacks were getting paid 5 years ago. A safety just signed a 6-year, $84 million deal. That was about quarterback money not 5-6 years ago. And we've already seen a quarterback get a 100% guaranteed contract. So the next couple years, with a lot of names coming up that'll be getting deals soon, Russell Wilson coming up this year, there's going to be a huge jump in the market coming up very soon, and you have to pay your franchise quarterback. I mean, there's no way. If you don't pay him, someone else will, and you don't want to be the team that passed on that quarterback and he goes to another team and he has a great rest of his career. You don't want to be that guy who was too cheap. I mean, look at the Thunder. They had Russell Westbrook, KD, and they had James Harden. If they would have kept James Harden, was it for $1 or $2 more million? That team could have been disgusting for a long time. And maybe they don't break up, and maybe they end up winning a championship with those 3 guys. I mean, you never know how things work out. But you don't want to be the guy who misses out because they want to be too cheap. So there's some nuance to the game here. But that won't change the fact that the team is going to be looking for a guy in the draft here. My only question is, how early in the draft will the Panthers be looking for a backup quarterback? Because honestly, we have a lot of spots to fill in a lot of areas. I mean, O-line, D-line, secondary in both the safety position and the cornerback position. We need to find a backup guy for Christian McCaffrey. We have to find another wide receiving threat. I mean, honestly, going back to the secondary part, just how hurt are Denoris Cersei and Ross Cockrell? I have still not heard a single peep. We keep hearing all this other news about all this other stuff. The team has still not come out and said a single word about Ross Cockrell and Denoris Cersei. Are these guys healthy? If those guys are good to go and at 100%, then we may have a lot better power and draft capital and freedom and free agency than we expect right now. Just no one knows. I guess no one knows but the Panthers, but usually the team is not all that shy about talking about guys rehabbing, giving news on guys who are injured. I mean, in this offseason alone, there's already been at least 2 or 3 stories on just Matt Khalil. So I'm kind of trying to figure out exactly what the deal is here with those 2 guys. That's kind of off topic here. Taylor Heinicke, welcome back, bro. I like Taylor a lot. I like both our backup quarterbacks. I might do a video on the viable quarterbacks who are around round 4, round 5, round 6 in the draft, who could be good guys for us. Good is a really relative term. You're talking about 4th through 6th round, and I don't want to talk about the whole 2020 hindsight on guys picked in the 4th through 6th, because for the most part, for every guy who turned out really good coming out the 4th through 6th or 7th, you could name about 20 other quarterbacks who got drafted around there who never saw the light of day. So it's one of those things we have to think about, likelihood, probability, and risk assessment, and picking a guy that early and, hoping hoping he comes in and he's all good. But the other thing is, unless you're the Eagles for the past couple years, you don't ever really want to see your backup quarterback in the game. In the NFL, the backup quarterback is a guy who you want to be a fan favorite, but as a fan, you really don't want to see your backup quarterback ever in a game unless it's in a big blowout or unless it's like week 17 and you already have, the #1 spot in the playoffs already locked up. Either way, man, I don't know what your thoughts are on this signing and your thoughts on what the Panthers should be doing in this draft as it concerns the quarterback position. How early in the draft should the Panthers be looking at getting a quarterback? Round 4, 5, 3? Who knows? You never know. The team will surprise you. We don't make a lot of splashy moves, but it feels like every year the team just surprises you. And it sounds kind of counterintuitive, but it's the way that it is. Either way, man, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.